y'all, you're here with Chelle, and I'd like to introduce you to the new Sims. It's going to be part of the Build a City Challenge Occult Edition. That's right, we're doing the BaCC Challenge, which, full disclosure, it's not going to be so much a build a city, as in I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of building. Like, I'm not going to do a lot of actual building of the houses and everything, but we are starting with a clean slate, and we're going to hand pick and or build, just depending on what I feel. We're going to hand pick and or build each building that goes into these lots, with a few rare exceptions. That will come later. Right now, I want to introduce you to one of our first families. This is Estrella Beckett, and she is a vampire. Estrella was born in like the early 1900s, and now that she's nearly 100 years old, she still remembers what it felt like whenever she was growing up with no parents. She was pretty much an orphan, and back in the 1900s, it's much different than what it was today. Like, it was very isolating, and she barely made it. Like, she barely made it to her adult stage, and then she got turned into a vampire by some stranger in the night. Typical story. So, she's an adult. She is an actual adult, but she is a vampire, and she is, let's see. She is, okay, we're starting in Sulani. I didn't say that, but we're starting in Sulani. So she has moved to Sulani in hopes that she could open her home to many children, the first of which is Xavier Barron, this little guy right here, but she never talks about how Xavier came to be under her care. So that's stuff that we'll figure out as we go along. But so she's in Sulani, and she's wanting to be in sunny Sulani for seclusion. You know, she's hoping that with it being an island off of a mainland, that she'll have more privacy and less prying eyes, because she doesn't let people know she's a vampire. She keeps that side of herself hidden because she wants to raise these children to, you know, she wants to raise many children and give many children the stable, loving home that she didn't have growing up. So that is Estrella's short story, trying to keep it very brief because we have a lot of families to go through. This is her everyday. She's a little bit older, but she kind of dresses young still. That's kind of part of her personality. Like, she's still, she still is kind of in touch with her younger side. So she's a bit more kind of young dressing, even though she's an adult. And she was originally going to be an elder, but I kind of changed it. And you can see that she kind of likes the older style as well. Like, she still likes that older style. But she is just, you know, just gonna kind of try to raise a bunch of kids. And that is what she is aiming to do. And like I said, she doesn't talk about Xavier. She doesn't say how she came to get, not really possession of him, but like she doesn't mention how she came to be his caregiver. But that will come out as the story unfolds. And this is little Xavier. He is just adorable. He is, I need to go over her. He's fussy. He's a little bit fussy, but that's okay. So this is just his attire. And we'll probably need to change his party wear into something a little bit more sunny, but I originally made these Sims some time back, and I just thought they'd be perfect with what I'm doing. So, Estrella's traits are, she hates children, which okay, she hates children, but she wants to provide for them. We'll get into it. And she's a dog lover, and she's a bro. These I random the traits, and I just took what it went with. So that's what you're going to get with all of these. It's just random traits. So she wants to have a vampire family. Okay, yeah. So that is Estrella. She hates children, but she wants to run an orphanage. Not really she doesn't see it as an orphanage. She just wants to open her home to many children. So, again, this is stuff that's going to be explained fully later on. So, that is Estrella, and we will come back with the next family in just a second. And, speaking of secrets, Miss Adeline Light here has her fair share. She moved to Sulani because it's basically untapped. Sorry, I'm trying to read from my notes, and I'm not so great at that. But it's untapped from alien activity. Maybe she can hide where no one will find her if there's no one from her planet looking for her. So Adeline here is an alien. She tries so hard to be normal. And in her attempt to try so hard, she kind of goes a little bit beyond normal to quirky. So she's just a little quirky. She's romantic, a genius, and a bro. It wasn't Estrella bro. Like I said, I randomized these traits, and I just wanted to, no matter if it was conflicting or not, I want to try to play with just random traits. So that's the plan throughout this challenge, which we'll get into the rules here at the end of this. But so this is Adeline, and this is just kind of, like I said, a quick rundown. This is her everyday outfit, and I just love her. She's so quirky, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with her. She has her own sense of style for sure. Like I said, she tries so hard to be normal, but then it pushes her beyond, like, it's like she did too many Googles. She Googled too much. She was like, Google, what's the best outfit? And she just took everything that it said and made it into one massive outfit. So she just tries very hard to be normal, and in the attempt of it, she just goes overboard. But I love her. I think she is just so cute, and I can't wait to play her. No, excuse me. So this is Adeline. I don't know, honestly, where she's going to go. I don't know. I don't really have a plan for her. I don't know if she's going to have children. I mean, I'm sure because it's a BaCC, and that's kind of the whole point, is to, have more Sims and to have kids and, expand and grow the community and everything. So I'm sure she's going to have kids, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So this is Adeline Light, and she is our alien resident. So we'll be right back. And here we have our teen sibling mermaids. We have Alexander Linder and his sister Camilla. And in Sulani, mermaids come to land, but they don't live on land. Like, they stay below the surface for the most part. They only come up on land to kind of check out the locals and to try to make sure that, Sulani is thriving, which at this moment it's really not. It needs to be worked on. But Alexander and Camille, they dream of combining land and sea and making Sulani a world where mermaids don't have to really hide anymore. Like, they want to improve Sulani, and they want to bring awareness and understanding to the humans of Sulani. Of course, there's not really a whole lot of humans in Sulani. They don't know that right now. So, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how all of these occults kind of mesh and everything. So this is Alexander, and he is paranoid and creative, and this is his everyday. And I haven't been really showing their other forms, but that's because Estrella, she just is normal. She's the same in both forms, and Adeline is she's just an alien. So this is his mermaid form because it is different. So that is his mermaid form. Woo! Okay, there we go. And his everyday, his formal, and he's just a teen, and his sister's a teen. They're not exactly twins, but they're both teens. Sleepwear, party wear. All right, so that is our sim, Alexander, the mermaid. And this is his sister, Camille. She's a little bit more edgy. I think she's a bit more of a free spirit. She's unflirty, and she's materialistic. Oh. So we're going to see how those play out. And this is her mermaid form. So yeah, we will see how those play out. And her wardrobe. she's a bit more, out there. She's going to be interesting to play, I think, because the way I see her is that she's not so much interested or really concerned with making the humans like her. She's kind of wanting to just, have fun. So Alexander is the one that he's really trying to bridge the gap. And I don't know if that is... Okay, that was on my monitor. All right, so that is our twin siblings, the Linder siblings, Alexander and Camille. We'll be right back. And certainly last, but certainly not least, is our sim, Tanissa Spellman. She is going to be our spellcaster. And, okay, just right off the gate... There is an issue, there is a glitch, there is a mess up in the Sims that whenever they're doing their spellcaster animation, that you can't try to exit cast because it will crash your game. So I have to really be mindful of that. So Tanissa is a freshly turned young adult. She is just 18 years old. She is from San Myshuno. Sorry, I had to think for a second. I forgot what I said. She's from San Myshuno, and she moved to Solani for a fresh start because she was trying to get away from the judgment and alienation of her being a spellcaster. Like, San Myshuno was really, they didn't understand, and she's heard that Sulani is they're so well known for being an accepting community to their residents that she thought maybe she could, be accepted for who she was there while she tries to learn her new powers. Like, she's just started out. She doesn't know anything. But she wants to learn her powers. So that is Tanissa, and she is our resident spellcaster. All right. That is our Sims. Okay, that is our Sims. I'm trying to keep it kind of quick because I want to get through this within, a certain amount of time. But we're going to go now, and we are going to roll for their cash, and then I'll start talking about the rules. So we'll be right back. All right, so here we are on random.org, which is where we are going to do the rolls, and I've got my notebook here. All right. Got my notebook here, and we're going to roll for how much starting cash they have. We're not going to get into the rules yet. The rules are here, but we're going to start here with their random roll. We roll between 5 and 30. You roll any random number between 5 and 30, and whatever it lands on, I did a test so that way I could show you what I meant. Whatever it lands on, like it landed on 12, then that family will start off with 12,000 simoleons, whatever number it picks. So if it's 5, it's 5,000. If it's 30, it's 30,000. Any number in between. So this is going to be for Estrella and Xavier. So they are starting out with, nice, 25,000 simoleons. That is pretty good. And I'm not taking their lot into consideration. This is just what money they're gonna start out with to get their house, to get everything. So their lot is already paid for. They've already lived there. It's done and over with. So this is going to be for our alien Adeline Light. So Adeline is going to start with 11,000. That's respectable. Not bad at all. All right, and then we are going to roll for the Linder siblings. And the Linder siblings are going to start with... Ooh, ouch. Okay. They are going to struggle a little bit because they're teens. So they needed a little bit more, I think. Okay, so now Tanissa, our spellcaster. Let's see what Tanissa is going to start with. 25,000. Nice. All right, so Tanissa has 25,000. I sure wish she could give some to the Linder siblings. All right, so we've got our family's starting cash. Now, I'm going to just go over the rules real briefly just because it's, I'm not going through all of this. We're just going to go through that. I skipped the random roll for how many families to start with, and I skipped what they were going to be. I wasn't going to do that. I had my mindset on what I wanted to do, so that's the families we're starting with. We did the random roll to see how much they come up with. Actually, I'm going to go back to the game, and I'll go to the world map, and we'll start showing you the lots and everything, and we'll start going in and changing their cash. So that's what we'll do while I talk about the rules. All right, so we are back, and this is where our Beckett house is going to be, and we're going to go in there and we're going to start changing her funds. But so the rules are that no electricity, no plumbing. That's going to be a hard one because we're going to find houses that have electricity and have plumbing. So what I may do is change every lot to off the grid, and none of that stuff will work, even though it'll be in the house. She is burning, so we're going to keep it paused, and we're going to, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. We're going to set it to 25,000, correct? Yes, correct. Set it. All right, and now we're going to go out so she doesn't, we're going to save and go. But, so I'm going to change it to where every lot that is being played has the off-the-grid lot trait, which I should have done while I was there. I'll do it from here on. And that way, none of them can use, what are you doing there? Oh my God. Like, the game has not even started. How is she at another lot? Just go home. Now we'll have to worry about all of them, you know, being in some random spot. But, alright, so off the grid for everybody. No adoption, no pizza, and no maid services until population must be 100. I'm not so sure we're going to follow that rule. The rules that I'm going to follow is kind of a mashup between several sets of rules. She had 11,000. Which is a mashup of several sets of rules that I found, and then tweaking some of them to fit my own needs and my own, interest in the game. So, I don't think we're going to do, we'll stick with the no pizza and no maid and everything, gardeners, no none of that. But we're not gonna stick with the no adoption, because Estrella's whole thing is she wants to adopt, and because it fits into the storyline, I don't want to take that from us. So we're going to be able to adopt, but no pizza, no maid, no gardeners, no butlers, no nannies, no hospital births. It says no aliens again. Miss Dia here, or Adeline, she has already broken that rule, so we are going to stick with aliens and just go from there. We're just going to manage the world. No clubs until you walk Windenburg, and no cheats. And that's fine. No cheats is fine. If it does fit with something, story-wise, then I will do it. But other than that, we will not. So, unlocking towns, you have to have 10 community lots, plus each world has a different value that you have to save up to unlock. Like, Willow Creek is 5,000 plus the 10 community lots. I don't know that every world is going to be 10 community lots. We're kind of go on it by base, because I don't think you can have 10 community lots here, even in Sulani. If you had 10 community lots, you would have like virtually no residents. So we're probably going to tweak that as we go. But it will be the community lots requirement plus 5,000 for Willow Creek. And like Newcrest would be 10,000 plus the community lots. And Delso Valley will be, the community lots plus 20,000. So if we wanted to unlock, and we have to random roll. You have to random roll at the end of this. When we're getting close to the end, we'll see how many community lots we have, and say Sulani, wants to unlock Delso Valley. So for Delso Valley and unlocking it from Sulani, say we have to have like 7 community lots, and then Delso Valley is 20,000. So we'd have to have the 7 community lots in Sulani and the 20,000 in our community bank, which community bank is something that we're going to get into as well. So they are going to get 6,000. I am so sorry, guys. Y'all guys are gonna rough it. So sorry about that. Nope, I wanted to go in here and do the lot trait. Yeah, that's, and, off the grid. And then go, and we can save. Vacation, Granite Falls and Salvadorada may be unlocked, and your Cindy can take a vacation. 10,000 must be paid from Cindy funds per world. So if the residents of Sulani want to go to Salvadorado or Granite Falls, then the community funds has to pay 10,000 for each vacation location. 10,000 for Granite Falls and 10,000 for Silver Dorado, and they have to pay 10,000 for whichever location, and they have to do that for each world. So Sulani has to do it, Willow Creek has to do it, Del Sol Valley has to do it, all of them. And to unlock cast sims, like in order to get more sims that we can place in the world, in order to populate your world, you have to either A, get married and have children. Get married, have children. That's the best way to do it. But you can also earn cast sims. For every retail store opened by a settler, you get 1 cast sim. For every career unlocked, you get 2 cast sims. For every skill maxed, you get 1 cast sim. And for every world unlocked, you get 5 cast sims. So if she was gonna, you have to do certain steps and things to unlock a career. You can't just start working in a career. You have to do certain things to unlock a career. And so in order to get a career, say, let's find one that's going to make a little bit more sense. Okay, in order to get a painter in the patron of arts career, you have to be at least one. There has to be at least one museum community lot in your world. So in order for her to be a painter in the patron of the art, she has to unlock the museum. So in order to unlock the museum, you have to max painting skill and pay 20,000 simoleons for each museum. So if she wants to unlock the museum, she has to max the painting career. The community has to have $20,000 in the community bank, and then you have to unlock the museum. So that's how that works. And as far as the community bank, I know this is a lot. But as far as the community bank, anybody can put any amount of money in the community bank at any time. That is their right. That is their privilege. They can contribute to the community money at any time. But we're going to play each family, each house, each household for 1 sim week at a time. So every 7 sim days, we're going to switch to the next family. And right before we switch to the next family, 25% of the current household's income goes straight to the community bank. So we will figure it up, 25%. We will remove that with our UI cheats. We will remove 25% of their funds, and then we will add it on a tally. And we will keep a tally, and we will see how much the community bank has. That's how community bank is added. So, I know I tend to get talking and then quit doing, but, and then hers is 25,000. So, that is pretty much the gist of the introduction to the families and the introduction to the rules. I don't want to bog you down with too much. There is a sim multiplier, which we'll get into more. That just kind of plays here and there. The Strangerville mystery, it can be done at any time freely, but once we unlock Strangerville, it has to be completed right then. So if we haven't completed the Strangerville mystery by the time we random roll and get Strangerville, then it will have to be completed by a sim at that time. In order to, I forgot about this. In order to unlock electricity, you have to, which skill? Handiness, isn't it? I believe, let me scroll, let me look. Okay, let's... Sorry, okay, yeah, it's not completely organized. So yes, in order to unlock electricity and everything like that, you have to pay, I think it's like you have to pay 10,000 simoleons out of the community bank. You have to pay 10,000 simoleons out of community bank, and you have to have a sim max handiness. So that's that. I don't know who's gonna work on handiness just yet. I probably, honestly, I don't want it to be one of the Lender siblings because they have to go to school, so they're going to have to focus their time on school and everything else. But we will come back with a more concrete plan of who's doing what for the first episode. The first episode is going to be, we're going to follow the first week with our spellcaster Tanissa here, just because spellcasters are new and I'm excited to play it. And just a FYI, if you watched my first impression of the cast video, you heard me say that there was going to be a first impression of live mode. And just a disclaimer here, that won't be coming up. My video, somehow or another, the sound got off, the sound unsynced from where it was supposed to be, and it's just like it was playing and the sound was separate, and it was a big mess. I couldn't save it. I kept trying, and I just don't feel that a first impression is accurate unless it's a first impression. So considering after I made that first impression video, I then spent all day yesterday and most of today playing on, with spellcasters, I didn't feel that it would be an accurate first impression. So the first impression live mode is no more. It's just going to be the cast mode, and we will kind of do our first impressions ish. You'll get to see all of that with our spellcaster Tanissa here. She is going to be our first week of the BaCC Occult version. So that should be. I'm going to try to get this video up today. I have to make the thumbnail and everything, so that should be today. Tomorrow will be Amira, and so the first day for, let me look, the first day for BaCC should be Friday. So I really hope y'all's excited to see the BaCC Occult version, because I am super, super excited to play this game. I am looking forward to this so much, you have no idea. The most fun I've ever had playing Sims 4 has been doing a BaCC challenge, and I look forward to only occults. Now, I say only occults. We're only starting with the cults. They're going to get married. They're going to have babies. Some of them's going to be humans. Humans are going to blend in. It's going to evolve into more than just occults. But we're starting it as an occult version. And that's what we're going to focus on is our occults. So it is going to have humans. We will have humans. We'll have human Sims. We'll have human families. Humans will blend in. But as of now, our families are all occult families, no Sims. So that is going to be it, and I hope I will see you guys in part 1, which will be coming up Friday, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.